Olympiacos on Tuesday. We're not going to make fourth place. And Adam, we haven't got a chance of winning the Champions League. True or false?
False. It's always a chance. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. I've had a sneaky feeling about Champions League all season. It's faded a little bit, having seen most of our form this season. But I still think we've got a chance. I mean, you look down the years, recent years, most of the winners of the Champions League haven't been the best teams in Europe. So,
well, I mean, Chelsea, and then probably not true. I mean, look at the Barcelona, Bayern
Liverpool,
Munich.
Porto. I'm talking like the last 10 years, 10, 11 years. You got Liverpool, Porto as well. A lot of teams, you can win it. You don't have to always be the best team. And a lot of teams that are left in the competition, if we stay in it as well, won't want to draw Manchester United. So, there's always a chance we can win it. And especially if we pick up some form in the league. Don't write us off.
I'm not writing us off. Gaz, I mean, it's always been true that crossing the ball an awful lot helps you win the Champions League. Is that sort of tactic going to help us out there in Europe?
Well, no chance. But you've also got to think that, Matt is obviously not going to be there for us. So I think that is probably the tactic that we're going to do. Just keep getting it down the wings, keep the crosses coming in. And I know that Adam was saying, your Portos, Liverpools, Chelseas that have won it past 10 years, yeah. But I refuse to get excited about it because this season, like, as soon as it became apparent that we weren't going to win the league, then I started thinking, right, well, I'll get excited about getting top four, that'll be exciting. And then that's gone. And then I thought, we might win the FA Cup, might win the Carling Cup, and then all my hopes have just been dashed. So I refuse to get excited about this at all.
Capital One Cup. We won it in the Carling Cup. JB.
Yes.
Adam thinks we can do it. Gaz thinks we can't. Where do you stand on the debate?
I think it all depends on the draw. I think as soon as we face somebody like Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich, I think we're going to get absolutely slaughtered. But I think Mourinho's Inter Milan weren't the best team where they won it a couple of years ago with Wesley Sneijder and co starring, and it was Diego Milito in the final, wasn't it? I don't think that they just played a really, really good tactical game. But I think we can do that as well. If we show the counter-attacks, yeah, Bayer Leverkusen is not the best team at all, but we destroyed them in Germany 5-0. I'd like to see Kagawa in the hole and, Januzaj and Valencia, if we have to, getting it to the byline and getting it into Van Persie. What we're going to do with Rooney, I don't know.
Tactically, we have been great this year and done well against better teams. Oh no, that's a massive lie. Yeah. Let's talk about Robin Van Persie now. He hasn't looked very happy recently. Do you think he'll be a bit happier playing in Europe?
He looked happy yesterday.
But only after he scored.
Yeah, but still, it's like, obviously, you're not going to be smiling and laughing around 0-0 against Crystal Palace, are you? But, Robin Van Persie, I still don't know whether he'll stay in the summer, but he'll be happy as long as Manchester United are playing good football. He'll be happy when we're hoofing the ball into the box and expecting him to, do some Peter Crouch business. Then he's not going to be happy. We need to play football to his strengths, to Rooney's strengths. And obviously, like, on Tuesday, Kagawa and Januzaj, hopefully. But remains to be seen whether he'll stay. I don't know. But he's happy at United at the moment.
I think with Van Persie, though, he came to win trophies, didn't he? And he's very much approaching the winter of his career. He's looking at it thinking, I really want to go to a European trophy now. God knows he didn't get an opportunity with Arsenal. I think he might look at things, you can say he doesn't really owe us a great deal. He came to United for the glory and for, Sir Alex. So we believe.
I've never seen a player mope around the pitch like he did against Fulham since Berbatov.
Yeah. But he moped around against Palace as well.
Yeah,
until the goal.
You can't expect him to be happy, though, when we're hoofing the ball into the box. You need to play football. We're not playing football. And you can't expect a striker who's playing, with Rooney just off him, but up top on his own. And he's not getting any sort of service. Fair enough, we're going to play the crossing game, then at least have someone who can whip the ball.
You were saying, Adam, you were fed up with Vidic's attitude. How he's not being a leader on the pitch. His shoulders have been dropping, his head's been down a bit. He's been grimacing every now and again when he shouldn't have been. Do you not kind of direct that criticism at Van Persie?
Of course, yeah. I feel a lot of experienced players, but also Van Persie's been in and out of the team through injury as well. He's not been in the team week in, week out for us this season. You've got to look at players that have been here longer as well that haven't done that. But of course, same goes for Robin Van Persie at times.
Adam, do you think you're a massive you're not a fan of the criticism of David Moyes.
Let me get this straight. Yeah.
No. Let me get this straight.
No. Hold on. Let me get this straight before.
We're not talking about Moyes. We're not talking about David Moyes. We're not talking about David Moyes.
I do believe David Moyes deserves some criticism, but I'm not one of these people that will say he needs to leave the club. Let's just get that straight.
Okay. Good. Right. Okay. But generally, you stick up for Moyes. So if we don't play football that suits Van Persie, it's all right for him to solve.
That has been one of.
But the football that we're playing that ignores Van Persie and keeps sticking crosses in is the football that David Moyes wants us to play. So do you think David Moyes, he must see it as much as everyone else does? The football he plays is actively, massively pissing off our best centre forward of the last year. Do you not think he should go, we need to address this, or do you think Moyes is happy for Van Persie to go?
I have used that as a criticism of David Moyes a lot throughout this season, that his tactics haven't always been the tactics to get the use out of the players that we've had on the pitch. Robin Van Persie, for me, one thing I saw on yesterday was we had partnerships throughout the team that we haven't been able to get use of throughout the whole season. Wayne Rooney, Robin Van Persie, Carrick Fellaini, and Rio and Vidic, fair enough, they're near the end of their careers. But if we could have had them throughout the season on a more long-term basis, maybe our football would have improved. My problem was we're whipping the balls into the box. We need to stop that. Yesterday, David Moyes seemed to play a bit more football. We like to get the ball a bit to the ground a little bit more with Juan Mata, Wayne Rooney, and Januzaj just in front of Robin Van Persie. And then we can bring the best out of him. I believe David Moyes can adapt to a better footballing style. But at times this season, and I have criticised him for it, it's not been good enough. And as you've seen, Robin Van Persie hasn't always looked happy. But you got to see there's other reasons. He's been in and out of the team as well through injury.
Yeah.
So a lot of frustration.
So we're going to move on. Just quickly though, you said David Moyes could adapt. He definitely could, but he clearly doesn't want to because he loves a cross. Now, let's talk about Olympiacos. Who would you play? JB?
Oh, I'm so confused as to what anyone just said then. Sorry.
Who are you playing against Olympiacos? What's your team?
Oh, my team. Oh, blimey. Well,
Yeah.
got it here fast, didn't we? Blimey. Okay, I don't know if Raphael's fit, but I'd play... I'm just not comfortable with Vidic anymore, you know. I'm not sure his heart's in it like it used to be. Smalling and Evans at centre-half. Oh, hang on, no, maybe Rio. I'll go Rio and Evans because of Rio's experience. Raphael right back, Evra left. Paddy Evra, great game of the weekend. De Gea in the sticks, of course. And I'm going to go with... I really enjoyed Carrick and Fellaini together against Palace as well. On the wings...
Love the way you said that, like a wine connoisseur eating a bit of brie. I just love the way these go together. That is delicious. A lot of time for this.
Essence of
what
Afro.
combo.
I was just quite surprised that Fellaini did so well, and you know he seemed to kind of also rejuvenate Carrick, like a weight was lifted off his shoulders. So hopefully let's put that in Europe as well. Control the game away from home. I want Kagawa in the hole because I think it was very, very good in the group stage at times. And I'm sticking Rooney left wing, take it Wayne, and up front Van Persie and right flank Januzaj.
Nice, Gaz.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a similar team actually. I mean, I agree with what JB said about Fellaini. I actually quite enjoyed him yesterday. I think he was. I really liked the role. He actually had. It almost seemed like he had a designated role, unlike when Cleverley plays there, and he just seems like he doesn't have a clue what the hell he's doing. So I'm going to play the same team as Palace, except Smalling in the middle instead of Rio, and Raphael out wide. And I'm going to play it like Moyes did, where they weren't necessarily wingers playing. He had Mata inside, and obviously Mata can't play, so I'd have Kagawa playing there instead.
Okay. Adam, I'm about to ask you what you think of those two teams, but I am quickly going to stick up for Tom Cleverley because he's had a lot of stick lately, but he has always been a 5 out of 10 player, always. And it's only now people are picking on him because we haven't got better options. We used to have Paul Scholes, so it didn't matter that Cleverley wasn't quite a Manchester United player, but it's not his fault. I think people should... You're being mean, everybody. Leave him alone. It's not his fault. He's always been this good.
Yeah.
He's always...
It's unnecessary.
Moyes picks him. He's doing his best.
Adam, what do you think?
I'd like to see us go with Carrick and Fellaini again. I'm hoping to see Raphael back. I felt the way we play, if we're going to use this kind of inverted wingers kind of thing with Januzaj and Kagawa, which we could potentially do on Tuesday, then we need our best fullbacks. And Raphael is our best right back. Smalling kind of prevents us going down that line much. You've seen a lot of our play comes through Januzaj and Evra. So if we can get the use of both wings, then I think we'll play a lot better. I'd like to see some fluid football though, so Kagawa, Januzaj and Rooney just off Van Persie for me.
Okay. Do you think United still hold their fear factor in Europe? And if so, who will fear us and who should we fear?
We should fear everyone.
Yeah. I think The slightly upsetting thing is like on our videos where like our Greek friends have come on and God knows how they found it, but they found a sounds ha 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 video and took exception to that and said some quite choice things. But they're all saying, get over yourself, United. United is the draw that we wanted, if not Borussia Dortmund, but they would have taken United above everyone.
Wow.
I don't know if that's a bit naive of them, and they've got to recognise that we do have very good players.
Yeah.
Trolling. I think if anyone got a fear, Mitroglou's gone. Cheers, René Meulenstein, because he would have been good. But yes, Javier Saviola, football manager legend, and Barcelona failure. But they've got Maniatis.
What CV?
Yeah, Maniatis is a good box-to-box player. He's quite dirty. He could put his foot in. And he scored against Arsenal last season, so he could score against English Oppo. They've got a winger in Hernan Perez, who's quite good. Joel Campbell, on loan, Arsenal winger. He's fast, and he'll want to prove a point, won't he? He'll want to, because he knows that Arsene Wenger's eyes are going to be on him midweek, so he'll want to play himself into the team next season.
Anything you'd like to add, Gaz? Add, Gaz.
What was that?
Anything you would like to add, Gaz?
I think I read this morning something like they're about 20 points clear, are they, in their league?
Yeah.
I mean, I know
because conceded 9 goals in 25 games.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be 6th in the Premier League.
This year.
Yeah.
I know it's not an amazing league, but you've got to be doing something right. I think they've only been beaten once as well this season in all competitions.
They have got Roy Carroll in goal.
Wow.
Who owns the bench as Roy Carroll? It's this guy Roberto, I think he's called, and he's quite good.
So they're going to be very confident anyway coming into the game. So it's going to be very interesting tactically anyway. I think we'll be able to get a draw away though.
I think the crowd's going to be interesting. They've got like some pretty hardcore ultras, the whole Gate 7 thing. But although that's one of their stands been shut, hasn't it? Because of
it's partially closed because they're racist.
We saw the Palace fans going at Rooney, and the man just did not care.
Palace.
You see that dude with the glasses?
Yeah.
I mean, glasses aren't funny. I mean, people have eye problems.
Yeah.
Why are you
Sorry,
wearing
people
sunglasses?
Okay, right.
Green Street, weren't they?
Boys, predictions. Adam, go.
2-1 United.
Gaz.
1-0.
JB.
2-1 United.
2-0. Yeah. Maverick.
Oh yeah, by the way, I was right last time.
Yeah.
Were you? I think I said 2-0 at Palace. So I got that right. Didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Not scoop.
Guys, thank you very much.
Cheers.
That was our Olympiacos preview. Please let us know if you think we can win the Champions League, if Van Persie should leave, if David Moyes should leave, anyone else who you think should leave. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all of those things, and we'll be delighted. Thank you very much. Good night.